Hello beautiful humans, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, mi nombre es Printsessa, меня zовут Printsessa, je m'appelle Printsessa, my name is Printsessa. A helicopter? I am currently in Parque Ibirapuera in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and I cannot wait to tell you guys what I think about Sao Paulo. If you already know me or you've seen one of my videos before, you're probably thinking, oh my god, this girl is finally making a video in English because it's been so long and I am so sorry. I've been making a lot of videos in French recently, French, Spanish, Russian, you name it. So anyways, I'm gonna try to be more consistent with the English as well. So without further ado, let's get into this freaking video because I'm so excited. Tudo bem, amiga? I have been in Sao Paulo for exactly 3 weeks right now and I still have a few days left. So, in this video, I'm gonna give you my honest to God impressions of Sao Paulo versus Toronto. You'll see what I think is better here or is better in Toronto. So let's begin. In every big city, you need to have a good old public transportation that works well, okay, for the public, because you need to get from point A to point B, especially if it's a big city. If you're from Toronto, you probably know we have the TTC system, which is basically the subway. It's pretty straightforward. It's a few lines. There's also streetcars, there's buses. It's really not complicated. And also, when you take the subway in Toronto, you pay one time. You get a transfer for 2 hours that you can use on both a streetcar or a bus. So you don't have to pay multiple times. In Sao Paulo, the public system is so complicated. First of all, there are so many lines, and I'm not just saying that because it's in Portuguese. No, not just because it's in Portuguese. Let me just show you the two maps of the two subway systems. You're gonna be mind blown. Okay, here is Toronto. Here is Sao Paulo. Yes, it's a mess. I think you get it. I'm sure you can get used to it. I got used to it pretty quickly too, but it's just like visually and just everything, it's a bit messy. If you want to take the subway and then you take the bus, you have to pay twice because the prices are different. You cannot use the same ticket for the bus or the subway, which is not convenient at all. Also, since I've been here, there's been a time where the subway just stopped working while we were at a station and there was no announcement to tell us how long we were going to be at that station, what was going on, or anything. So it was just like, you just like let it be, you just wait, you don't know how late you're gonna be, you just chillax. I'm not saying that TTC is perfect because you all know that the TTC can be an actual. You always know how late you're gonna be and you always know the reason of your tardiness. And that's what I like about the TTC in Toronto. Entonces, for the public transportation system, I'm gonna give a point to Toronto. Yay! However, hold on. Okay, everybody, hold on, because I just have to say that the subway in Sao Paulo is extremely clean. Have you ever seen anyone sit on the floor in Toronto? That is absolutely impossible. Whereas here in Sao Paulo, people sit on the floor in the subway and it's just incredible. I have never seen that before. Who does that? And then I realized that the floor is just extremely clean. It's just always perfectly clean. So just for that, Sao Paulo gets a 0.5. In Toronto, nightclubs, bars, anything, any type of fun venue like that closes officially at 2 a.m. You can still stay until 3 a.m., but it closes at 2 a.m. and stops serving alcohol and all that stuff at 2 a.m. And there are a few private, exclusive, whatever, special places where you can stay for later, but honestly, most places close at 2 a.m. and then you just go home, you go to bed. That's it for Toronto. Here in Sao Paulo, it is absolutely not like that. Clubs, bars, everything closes at 6 a.m. What? Let me just repeat that for you. It is 6 a.m. But on my first week here, I went to Villa Country, which is a country song type of club here, and people were dancing until 6 a.m. Sao Paulo gets a point. Sao Paulo gets a point, caralho. Alcohol. In Sao Paulo, you can buy alcohol from the tiniest, smallest little shops on the street. Literally, your convenience store, they have alcohol, and they don't even have just beer. I'm talking about hard liquor, okay? And on top of that, here in Sao Paulo, you are allowed, you who is above 18 and who is legally allowed to drink, you are allowed to drink here in Sao Paulo anywhere. You're allowed to drink on the street. On the street. What the heck? Yes, honestly, just to say that you're allowed to drink whatever you want on the street. You can walk around with an open beer. You can walk around with an actual mixed drink, and it's totally fine. As long as you do it with moderation. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Honestly, I just think it's super free as long as you don't abuse it. Damn, Sao Paulo, you know what you're doing. In Toronto, buying alcohol can only be done in government-owned places. We can only buy alcohol at LCBO and maybe the beer store. It's not that bad. So, obviously, Sao Paulo gets 1 point. In Toronto, PDA is pretty controlled. We're all pretty restrained. We do our DA, our display of affection, more at home, or I don't know, it's not really a thing there to just like outside be like, oh my god, and like intense kissing or whatever. If it's on the street, it's holding hands, kissing on the cheek, kissing on the forehead, maybe sometimes kissing on the mouth, but it's not like intense making out. I kind of like it though. Here in Sao Paulo, PDA is just everywhere. You're downtown, you're anywhere, you look left, you look right, there's always some couple kissing, there's always some couple making out, and it's not just like PG kissing, it's really making out full on. Doesn't matter who they are, what gender they are, how old they are, everybody here is always all over somebody. Honestly, I think that it's cool to be able to express your love and not be ashamed. To be honest, for me, it was super uncomfortable. I like public display of affection to a certain extent. I mean, I don't even know who gets the point here. I'm just gonna give a 0.5 to both. 0.5 to Toronto, 0.5 to Sao Paulo. Everybody gets a point because love is love. I just want to say that obviously Brazil has beautiful food. Here in Sao Paulo, I was able to try so many different things, so many new flavors. Even though I really enjoyed eating food here and I had the best pizza in the world here, honestly. Pizzas here have nothing to do with the pizzas that we have in Toronto, like absolutely nothing to do, and they're so good with cheeses that I've never even heard of. It's just amazing, guys, amazing. I'm still gonna give my point to Toronto. Why am I giving my point to Toronto, you're asking? Well, because it is way easier in Toronto to eat healthier. They just really like their fried stuff here, and you can't live like that long term. And also, I feel like in Toronto there's more variety because Toronto is just so diverse, and therefore there's just so many different cuisines in that city. As a vegetarian, it's been really hard for me here because they love their meat. Brazilians love meat everywhere, and if it's not meat, it's frango. What is frango? It's chicken. Frango, carne, frango, carne. Eu não como carne. I was actually super surprised to discover that Brazilian winter is actually a thing, because I always heard, oh my god, it's cold here, it's winter, blah blah blah, and I was always like, I am from Toronto, I know snow, I know desk, don't come at me with your BS winter. Actually, it was cold, you guys. Basically, the houses here are not made for the cold. If it's cold outside, it's cold inside. At least in Canada, most houses have good insulation. But I'm still gonna give a point to Sao Paulo because, oh my god, look at this beautiful weather though. When it's hot, it's beautiful, it's amazing, and it's like this like most of the year. Catcalling is basically when you get unwanted attention from men, usually, or women on the street, and they actually say something to you which might be sexual. It's basically people objectifying other people and letting them know out loud. And yeah, if you're a girl, you probably, absolutely, most likely, most definitely, 100% know what it is. In the department of catcalling, Canada is doing pretty well because I feel like we just know that it is bad. Toronto and Canada itself is just a little bit more aware and more respectful. Here in Sao Paulo, actually, I've encountered a lot of catcalling because I guess here it's more normalized, almost cultural. Maybe it will change with time, but honestly, it is pretty heavy because men here like to let you know that they see you and they want to let you know that they like what they see, if you know what I mean. So they will call you, hey, oi, boa tarde, amor. They'll talk to you, stare at you, honk from their cars, no matter what you wear. If you're wearing pants, if you're wearing shorts, blah, 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 it has nothing to do with your outfit, and you should never let anyone dictate how you dress. I don't know what they think they will achieve with that, because I've never known a girl going, oh my god, this guy just catcalled me, I'm gonna take his last name. I'm gonna give the point to Toronto, but I really hope that maybe in the coming years there'll be a bigger movement around that here in Sao Paulo. Now I'm gonna talk to you about access to public Wi-Fi, because here, access to public Wi-Fi actually sucks. The free Wi-Fi at the mall, the free Wi-Fi at McDonald's, the free Wi-Fi anywhere always asks you for the most ridiculous things, including your social security number, your first name, your last name, your email address, and your phone number. So it's like crazy. And if you're not from here, you have to put your passport number. I am not giving you guys my passport number. As you know, it's really easy in Toronto to access Wi-Fi anywhere. They don't ask you for anything. You just have to accept the conditions and restrictions or whatever that nobody reads, and then you're set up. Honestly, I really like the people of both cities. Here, for example, they're not always polite, but they're extremely warm, and they'll want to make you feel that way. They'll want to express their feelings with, as I've said, with touch, because obviously public display of affection here is just display of affection. It's just totally normal. Everybody's always so helpful. Everybody's always so patient, which is something that I liked a lot about the people here. Honestly, it's the same about Toronto. It's just a little bit different. I guess Toronto, maybe because it's a colder country, people are just a little bit colder, and here because it's warmer, people are just a little bit warmer. Like, at the end of the day, if you're from Toronto, you should come and explore Sao Paulo, and if you're from Sao Paulo, you should go to Toronto. I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to be here because it was just so great, and I'm never gonna forget the people, the things that I ate here. The world is beautiful. The world is your oyster. You shouldn't be afraid and you shouldn't be hesitant, because I know that sometimes it is scary going somewhere because of money. You're kind of scared, etc., etc. But traveling makes you richer in a way that money will never be able to. Anyway, so I really hope that you like this video about my impressions of Sao Paulo versus Toronto, and I hope that you learned something new. If you like this video, feel free to share. Don't forget to subscribe. It's so easy. You just go down, you click on the thing, and that's it. You're subscribed. That's it. So anytime I post another video, you'll be the first one to know. And also, I'm going to be posting more videos about my trip here in Sao Paulo, because I've been here, obviously, for almost a month. So I have not just filmed this video. Yes, I hear the freaking birds making noise behind me. So this was Printsessa reporting live from Sao Paulo, and I hope you're having an awesome day.